What's up guys, Gunner here from Bert's Black Widow and Bert's Harley-Davidson. Bert's Black Widow and Bert's Barracuda Harley-Davidson. Right now I'm in St. Pete at the Barracuda store. And today we're going to be looking at the Fat Bob. Another bike that was once a Dyna and is now a Softail. Because as we know, the Softails, or the Dynas no longer exist. It's not a family that exists anymore. They have been terminated. But along with the Lowrider, which I made a video on, the Street Bob and the Fat Bob have been converted from Dynas into Softails, which is somewhat happy. It's a bittersweet moment for a lot of people. But we're going to look at the Fat Bob. Fat Bob is pretty much known as the oddball. Even when it was a Dyna, it's oddball of the family. It always had a pretty funky look. Dual headlights. It's known for dual headlights. It's skinny body. It's cool exhaust, fat tires. And here, this is no exception. This one, I think, kind of looks like a Mad Max machine. Well, it doesn't quite look like that. That's a Yamaha. But you get the idea. It kind of has a Mad Max-ish. It kind of looks like a Mad Max bike. They're real narrow. Here's the denim, black denim. Why is it doing that? Okay, there's the black denim. Here's the red iron, looks like rust. Here's the Bonneville salt denim. And then finally the gunmetal gray denim. Industrial gray they're calling it now. It used to be gunmetal. This is the one that we'll be taking out today. So as the 107, the Milwaukee-Eight, which is previously housed in the touring models. The tires almost look like off-roading tires. I wouldn't try off-roading on it. It's a pretty heavy bike to off-road with. But if you're feeling crazy, this is interesting. See, the Fat Bob always used to have, see if I can find an old Fat Bob, the dual headlights. And this is a Rushmore one, even before that. Okay, that's Rushmore too. This is pre-Rushmore, so pre-2014 model. Still has the fat tires, and then it has the dual headlights, like two little eyeballs. The new one, as you can see, has sort of like a rectangular oval headlight. So while it's not dual headlight, it's definitely not a singular headlight or a single LED. Anyway, we're gonna go take this one out for a test ride and see how it feels. Alright, so here it is. The industrial gray denim. This one's actually the 114, which I forgot to mention earlier. A huge engine for this very light frame. Fat back tire. This is not stock. This is done by Mark. Mark, I forget his last name, but I'll put it up. Oh, Mark Brody. Mark Brody does pinstriping. He usually signs it somewhere. I don't see where his signature is. Minimal chrome, actually like zero chrome. A little bit of chrome. Push rod covers are chrome. Oh wait, there's a little bit more chrome. That's it. This bike is set up for a passenger. Has the pegs down here. Since this used to be a Dyna, this would be a battery box right here, and there would be shocks, exposed shocks right here. Now you just have the mono shock that you can adjust. If you're riding in the bumpy, pothole-filled roads of St. Pete, then you want a little bit more give. You can actually adjust these handlebars to roll a little bit forward or a little bit back, depending on what you like. This lady is going to crash. Alright, so let's go over some specs on this bike. So you can buy this bike with the 107 or the 114. Now the difference is pretty significant. The 107 MSRP is around $16,900. It's basically $17,000. If you go for the 114, it jumps to almost $19,000 at $18,600. Then that's just vivid black. If you go for a color, you're talking about $400 more, which is standard for any motorcycle under touring. Once it jumps up to DSRP, you're around $21,000. So this isn't a cheap bike. 1746cc was the standard for the 107. This one is a 114 at 1868 cc's. Something that's kind of interesting, this bike is actually weighs a little less than the other Softails. This one is 653 as shipped, and then with fluids it's $676, which compared to another Softail, say the Heritage, I think is a 700 pounds shipped, and it's like 730 when it has all the fluids in it. I do recommend a full face helmet or maybe even a windshield for these roads. A lot of these big trucks, if the tiniest thing falls off and hits you, it feels like a needle going through your face. It's not fun. Still waiting on the CVO to come in. Still waiting on the Sportster, new Sportster 72, the new reintroduced Iron 1200. But as soon as we have those bikes in stock, I'm gonna put together a video and throw them up. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.